What's up? Social distancing, not in this garage. Today, special day.
William just called me up and he's got the dopest, most sought after saw of 2020. The first fuel injected saw by STIHL. Dude, this is sick.
The 500i, in case you guys can't see. This is the first fuel injected chainsaw in the United States. It's been in Europe for a while. They just got released out here in very limited numbers. I had to jump through hoops to get this and didn't get it. Happened to walk into my local retailer and they had one sitting backwards on the shelf. I lost my mind. So, what's so special about this saw? First of all, it's fuel injected, which means there's no more carburetor. STIHL's come a long way with the self-tuning carburetors, you know, over the years, but ultimately fuel injection is the way to go. For those of you who are skeptical about the fuel injection and there actually being an electronic computer board on here, because it is electronically fuel injected, just know that STIHL has had this in their concrete cutting saws for years and it's never been a problem. They've run great. You can read the reviews on those. Also, the guys that are in Europe that have had these saws for a while have done extensive tests on them for 3, 4, 5 months now, where they just beat them up, run them full throttle, non-stop, throw them in the back of their pickup truck, do no maintenance except for the chain, and then they'll do a review. Check them out on YouTube if you're skeptical. It's an expensive saw, but I guarantee you, you will love it. We're gonna start it up in a second. So aside from the electronic fuel injection, there's a few things that STIHL has done over the last few years, not just in 2020, to kind of update their saws, and we're gonna go over a few of those things before we get it open. First are these light bars. They're a few ounces lighter than the normal bars. You'll feel a difference, maybe if you've got something hanging off your hip all day. It does help with the power to weight ratio, as you know is important. This saw has 79.2 cc. 79.2 cc in this little fella right here, which it's about the size of a 391. This has a 25-inch bar on it. It comes stock with a 20. You can take it all the way up to a 36-inch bar, which I don't think I'm gonna do. That's kind of crazy on this. So I think I'm gonna keep it as kind of a hotter saw, maybe even take it down to a 20 and replace my 391. So
wait, this is like a dirt bike motor and a saw?
Electronically fuel injected.
Dirt bike motor.
A child's dirt bike motor. We'll get to the adult dirt bike motor after this saw, right?
Oh, so there's a bigger saw.
Bigger saw to come. So something else that they've done over the last few years is, and it's not just the last few years, STIHL's always kind of done this, is they put these plunge lines in here, which come in real handy. I'm gonna step back and show you why. When you're coming up to the tree and you're trying to line it up to notch it, this line right here is actually a straight line. So if you want your line to go this way, now it's going this way. Turn your saw this way, and this guide, this plunge line right here, is gonna be your guide. Also, you've got another one here that intersects, right? So that's one thing. Secondly, they've done a bigger handle on here, easier to grab. I like that. The toolless caps, just old flip and twist. Those are awesome. Watch out a sec. Flip it around here. We've got the dogs. Some guys call these bumpers, but we've got these on both sides. And we know what these do, right? These help grab the bark and really sink our teeth in there and help grind that around. Also, we've got the captive nuts. So old school STIHL saws, when you take the nut off, it'd be on the ground, it'd be in the grass, somebody'd walk by, where to go. And now, if you don't have extra on the truck, you're in trouble. These, they don't come off. So that's awesome. You can never lose them, right? Also, they've got a different clutch cover on here, a little bit smaller. The anti-vibration system that they've got going in here. I'm not sure on this saw, but on a different version of this saw for winter cutting, they actually had the electronic handle heat. It will electronically heat the handle and heat the grip. So in wintertime, you know, a lot of guys don't like to cut with gloves. You don't get a good grip, so at least you get a little bit more warmth there on the bar and your fingers aren't numb, right? I think that's pretty awesome.
I accidentally pressed that button. What is that?
That decompresses the motor. So if you have one of these on here, what you're supposed to do is, while it's in choke and after you get that first start, you even press it down again, and it makes the pull start a lot easier. All right, sweet. Speaking of choke and all of that, since there is no carburetor on this saw, it's very simple. You've got a little primer button down here. You're supposed to press that 8 times and then start it up. And a very simple off button that's very ergonomic for you right-handers It's right here on the saw. I guess it worked for left-handers too.
Nice.
Yeah, super big button, can't miss it. As soon as you need it off, it's very smooth, returns. One of the issues that I see that they did have when first releasing these saws is this filter nut did not secure all the way down and it still had a little bit of slag. So because of that, they had an issue with dust coming in here and the filtration system kind of getting filled with gunk. But I see now,
so you can see in that, through that camera, this little one.
I see now they've got that, there's no play there. Just the anti-vibration, that's it, no play.
Oh, that's sweet. So, how much are these run for?
I think I want to say 1,400 with a 20-inch.
Dude.
And this has got a 25
So
with
heavy.
a light. It's not that heavy. But the power to weight ratio with what it's putting out, the 79.2 cc's, in my opinion, this is more or less a 661. Which if you were to pick up a 661 in one hand and this saw on the other hand, then you'll really realize just how much power is packed into a small unit. Even side by side, the powerhouses themselves are much smaller.
Sweet.
Yeah, you want to start it up?
Let's start it.
This is going to be the first start out of the dealership. They started it in their garage for me real quick and just made sure it did run. Put it in my truck and I took off to come right here to make a video. I know, I'm excited.
All right, let's start it.
All right, supposed to do 8 pumps on this primer. Step back, brake on.
That electronic fuel injection versus carbon. This is the difference. Watch my finger, hear the noise.
That is instant throttle response. Instantly. If you want power, it's there. You don't have to worry about is your carburetor clogged? Have you been cleaning all your air filters, shit like that? No, it's a different level. Totally
Dude,
different
I'm gonna do
level.
an IG post and tag you on it, and I'll put him in the link below at randomx is his Instagram. William's a badass tree dude, so